Why don't you give us a little history of XG Technologies and when you got started?
Okay. XG was established since 2009, and the company was registered in Hong Kong. And choose Hong Kong is as our registered location is because that we are dedicated to offering our service to global customers. And while I have been in PCB and SMT business for 20 years, when you have an excellent idea, how can you turn it into schematic design? If you are an engineer yourself, you can draw your own scheme. If you are not, it doesn't turn out. We can help you to do that. Perhaps is consideration of cost. Many small-sized companies don't hire a team to do that, but that's okay. We can take care of that too.
Yeah. So you're saying if you just have the idea, but you don't have the engineering and the design tools to do that, you guys can take that aspect on as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. Maybe you can find the Weber set. The Weber set is line head. The core is ours.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Okay. With your design ready, how to turn this into a product? Clients need to locate a PCB manufacturer to build the boards and get in touch with different factories or join agencies to purchase components. Finally, you need to find an assembly factory to complete the job. You will find these things very complicated and too severity. This manufacturing process would challenge your cost and quality control greatly, and doesn't good to the lead time. So just imagine, what if all these things you can handle one window contact? What if these things will be done faster, safer, cheaper? That's what we do now.
Yeah. So you have trusted suppliers that you've been working with for many years, right? From the assembly side, based on your experience.
Yeah.
Also on the bare board side. And from the design aspect, you can just handle everything. So,
yes.
you know, with a lot of the time constraints today, especially in North America, it's always lead time, right?
Yeah.
And by having just one window, right, that the end user customer can come to, you're able to save a lot of time and money here and there by just having been able to facilitate everything in-house.
Yes.
Great. So Fico, tell me what's made XG so successful in today's global market?
The truth is, China has educated engineers and supported by the most competitor and largest manufacturing supply chain. Take PCB and SMT manufacturing for example. China has taken up more than 50% of the total output. China also has the most excellent staff. While they are not asking 60 US dollars per hour, they are all good reasons that one should choose China to be the best choice of the manufacturing.
So XG obviously has access to all these resources, right? You talked about having the largest network of educated engineers, we'll say CAM engineers, right? Design engineers.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you have the most efficient and sophisticated, largest supply chain that's available. Yeah. So when you have these combinations and you have this access to these resources, and then obviously your business model is a one-stop shop, it makes for a good recipe for success.
Yes. I think the best choice is in China. and it's the best choice XG in China.
That's good. That's good. There's a lot of people in the world that are looking to partner with a company such of your status. So it's good to educate these, the customers and the end users, what XG's capabilities are and what you guys bring to the table. So it sounds like with your experience and talent pool, you have a lot of nice resources to choose from.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Lee, thank you for allowing me to visit the facility and see how your circuit boards are built. It's pretty impressive, the operation that you guys have here. So I'd like to take a brief moment and find out a little bit more about the history. Can you tell me when you actually started making circuit boards here?
我们公司就是从事 PCB 行业有19年的工作经验，是个市场的发展需求，在推动了我们来从事这个行业。我觉得我们有这个责任，也有这种能力做好这个 PCB。
So when I walk the floor, with 19 years of experience, I see a mix of some of the older equipment that's traditional like screen printing, but I see that you guys are reinvesting in newer technologies. I saw some of the wet processes, new plating lines, inkjet technology. I saw AOI inspections. So I see that you're reinvesting in the technology in your company. That's a good sign.
我们公司不仅是从设备硬件上面走到了国际的前沿，同时我们在管理这一块也是在整个行业以内是做的是比较顶尖的。我们管理的方法、手段，我们的所有的理念都是在比较先进的，主要是全面是满足客户的需求，顺应市场的要求，去把我们的产品做得更好，全力满足客户的要求，是这样。
So you guys are constantly evolving, not just in the technology, but in the capabilities and also what the customers are requesting.
Yes.
So maybe also to put this in perspective for our North American customers, maybe you could talk a little bit about the revenue that you guys do yearly, how many shifts are you guys running with employees, and most importantly, maybe you can talk about a couple of the customers that are actually using your products that you're building for.
我们目前的话，年产值大概是20万到30万平米，然后我们的年产值大概是9000万到1.3个亿，目前，那我们预计明年的话，我们产值超过1.5个亿。对，我们主要是以多层板，4、6、8层多层板为主。目前的话，我们做的比较好，就是我们能做到4、6、8层板3天以内进行交货，这是在国内，甚至在整个 PCB 行业，其他的客户是做不到的，我们能够做得到这一点。
Thank you for sharing today.
Thank you for your visit.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lee, thank you. So it's been a great trip. It's been a little wild, a little hectic, and a lot of work's been put into this, but it started 3 days ago, arriving from Atlanta, or actually from home, from Pittsburgh to Atlanta to Shanghai, then a 5-hour train ride to Wuhan, from Wuhan down to Hunan, to see some of the factories back all the way to Changsha, another 5-hour drive yesterday. So it's been action-packed, and in the mix of all this, I've had a great opportunity to work closely with all the people at XG Technologies, including the film crew. It's been an amazing experience from a learning standpoint, from an education standpoint, from a culture standpoint, and I think a lot of the misconceptions of U.S. and China relationships or North American and China relationships are completely false. I got to see firsthand a lot of the U.S. customers and even other outside customers from Korea working with this wonderful team that has a one-stop shop solution for all your printed circuit board needs. So it's been a tremendous experience again, and I'm thrilled to work with XG Technologies and everyone involved, and I'm excited to come back and do some more work with these guys. So stay tuned. It's been a wonderful trip, and we'll be back.